Good evening again. This is JT, better than ever. Welcome back. The Underrated Darkness, that's my channel. Subscribe and like. Let's get them likes and the views up on this coming up stream and then past streams and videos in the past. Get those likes and views up. That'd be very much appreciated. Hit the bell. Very much appreciated. I'm doing this live again on the anti-lynching bill because before I did it a few hours ago, it didn't go through, so I'm gonna do it again. So the ones who are coming that already know, you don't have to worry about it. I'm glad you come back. The ones who don't know, y'all be good. So it's gonna be possibly panel participation. Okay, let me get these announcements out the way. If you want to know more about me, my Facebook page is Jerry Thomas. Also, Facebook group, all in caps, JTNVP, Thinking for Ourselves. Twitter account, all in caps, at JT Blackman44. Also, my Instagram account, all low caps, The Underrated Darkness. Also, I have a joint venture with my brother Ernest Jones, AmazonToys.com. It's a black business, so check us out. Wherever you purchase, you get 10% off. We do our social media, economics, keeping in our community. That's what it's all about. So check us out. Also, Underrated Sports Show with my co-host and brother, Sheep Stay Sleep, is every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, this Underrated Sports Show on this channel with my brother and co-host, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Check us out. Every Monday, it's going down like that. Also, in a few months, I'll be doing a midterm elections of our perspective. So watch out for that. Also, it's gonna be panel participation all night. So let's sacrifice our time, find out what's going on in our communities around of this USA. So please, so let's take advantage of that. And tonight, I think everything will be all right. Thanks again, Marquita, to join back. Like I said, I did the anti-lynching bill. I did the live stream about it earlier, but it didn't work out. So, I'm gonna do it again. Gonna give it a shot again. So the ones who come in, you already know, you know what it is. So there's gonna be some new people coming. So gonna wait for some more people to come in. Marquita, thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up again. That is very much appreciated. So hopefully we're gonna have more people, after I finish reading what's going on. You're gonna have panel participation. And sisters, if you want to join in, feel free. No problems with that. You can drop your email in the chat, and after I get it down, join in. You can erase that. So we're gonna wait for some more people to get in and everything. But it was a good one. It was a good one earlier. Man, it was a good one. I thought it was my computer, but sometimes the hangouts, YouTube be acting funny. So I'm trying to save it. Believe me, I'm trying to save it. But they won't let me, so I had to delete it. It was a good one too. It was a good one. But waiting for some more people coming. We're gonna get this cracking. I hope Marquita, I hope you doing okay. Hope your day went well. I'm gonna wait for some more people to come in. My day was okay. I was a little disappointed earlier when you was on the chat. that the live wouldn't process after that. I didn't like that. But other than that, my day went okay. I started to go shopping, but I changed food shopping. I changed my mind, so I rested up a little bit. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it another shot at this live tonight because I was trying to push two. Never know. I'll probably push another one late tonight. I don't know. It depends how I feel and everything. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this, Marquita. I'll be approaching 500 subs. So when I press 500 or a little over, I'm gonna do a special on a live stream. Me reach 500. So stay tuned for that. Wherever I reach. So watch out for that. We're waiting for some more people to come in. Thanks for asking. Very much appreciated. You know, tell me how's your day was. Oh, can't wait. I hear that. Yeah. It's hard to get that 500. Well, you'll know. But who knows? I might, instead of 500, I might wait to 600 and do it. You never know. But I don't know. Long, yeah. I can't imagine that. Yeah. Some Saturdays could be long, so. But wait some more. Oh, okay, have all your family in. Okay, it's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Light machine power. Yeah. I'm waiting for some more people to come in on light machine power. Thanks for coming. Possible, I'm gonna ask you to come through after I finish reading the information. So stay tuned to that. Not yet, not yet, not yet, life engine. Gotta wait a little bit. Gotta wait a little bit. Gotta read something first. Thank you. So I'm waiting for some more people to come in. Because I know sometimes when you send the invites out, it takes time. Sometimes YouTube be acting slow and everything. So I know that so people come in and everything. I appreciate Marquita. Thank you. Thanks for you. Thanks for everything you keep on showing up. Very much appreciate. You are I'm telling you greatly appreciate it. You really are. You greatly appreciate it. Mm-hmm. God, mad blessings to you and your family. Even light machine power. My Canadian brother. I'm telling you, the darkness family is big, man. My family international. You know what I mean? Or I got a big family. People better recognize the underrated darkness. You know what I mean? I don't say that much, but I recognize my family big. I be representing. But it's all about for our people. That's what it's all about. It ain't all about the underrated darkness. It's all about our people. And but like I said, important conversation, the Dyer, anti-lynching bill, then and present. Like I said, I did it before in the earlier, but it wouldn't go through and everything. So we don't get this in. Waiting for some more people to come in. Nikki, how you doing? Nikki, thanks for coming. Nikki, I know you remember I did the bill. I did the bill. Thank you. I did. Remember I did the anti-lynching. It when I'm trying to process, it didn't go through, Nikki. So I'm glad you come back. So I had to do it again. So I'm glad for your patience and everything. Just work with me. I appreciate that. Marquita, thanks for working with me too, because Life Machine Power, Nikki and Marquita, they was at the earlier live when I did it. And then when I finished, it couldn't go through and everything. I'm trying to save it, trying to get that off, and I had to scratch that. So I'm back at them chips again. So I appreciate that. It's going to be possible. Hopefully, it be possible. Panel participation, so it might be some different people on there, like Light Machine Power. You know, he gonna be on there whenever when I finish reading the things out, and I want more people. I do want more different people to come out. I send the invites out, so we're just waiting for some more people to come through. But I'm glad you came back, Nikki. And also, like Nikki, like I told Light Machine Power and Marquita, I might do another one tonight. Most likely it'll be totally different. So I might do another one tonight. But if I do another one tonight, ain't gonna be as long, probably like an hour. That's about it. I don't think it's gonna be panel participation on that one. So I see what's up, you know. But I understand usually people like to talk, so late at night because they ain't got nothing to do. So we'll see what's up, you know. But we're gonna wait for some more people to come in. We're gonna get this thing cracking and everything. Thanks for the compliments, people. Really appreciate that. Thanks for taking time of your time, listen to me. All I'm just doing is trying to come with the real, trying to tell the truth, what's going on. Like I said, it ain't all about me, about us as a people and humanity. So, oh yeah, most likely, Nikki, if I'm gonna do live stream night, it might be maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock. Maybe a little earlier than that, never know. So it depends. If you do that, stay tuned. Do your thing. Be careful with the family in the music park, because the climate is out there is crazy. So I appreciate you. I appreciate that you checking in. I appreciate that. So I'm waiting for like maybe 5 to 10 more minutes. Then after that, we're gonna get this thing cracking. And oh, you in Central Time right now? Where you at, Nikki? If you don't mind to ask. Like I said, waiting for like maybe 5 to 10 more minutes. I said about 5 to 7 more minutes. See more people come in. If not, I'm gonna get this thing cracking. And see what it is. I'm back, family. I'm back. see what's going on here. Well, I'm going to start right now, and whoever's going to come in is, that's what's all good. Now, this is about the Dyer anti-lynching bill. I did this early, like I said, but the live didn't fall through the process, and so I'm doing it again. So the ones who didn't hear, you got yourself a treat. All right, it says the Dyer anti-lynching bill. Matter of fact, let me check on something here first. Important conversation, the Dyer anti-lynching bill, then and present. That's the type. Get this out. Okay. The Dyer anti-lynching bill was first introduced in 1918 by Representative Leonidas C. Dyer, a Republican from St. Louis, Missouri, in the United States House of Representatives as H.R. 111279. It was direct at punishment, lynching, and mob violence. The Dyer anti-lynching bill was reintroduced in subsequent sessions of Congress and passed by the U.S. House of Representatives on January 26, 1922, but its passage has halted by a filibuster by Senate Democrats, DC Democrats back then. Attempt to process similar legislation took a halt until the 1930s at the Costigan-Wagner bill. Subsequently, bills followed, but the United States Congress never outlawed due to powerful opposition from the Southern Democrats voting, and they actually show the background of the bill and stuff like that. 1922, NJCP advertised attempting to raise awareness of the lynching epidemic of the proposal Dyer anti-lynching bill. Like I said, that was part of the advertisement that the NAACP showed back then. Lynching was predominantly committed by whites against African Americans in the southern and border states. According to statistics, monotonously compiled by the Tuskegee Institute between the years of 1882 and 1951, some 4,730 people was lynched in the United States, of whom 3,437 was black and 1,293 were white. Sound questionable. That's me. Lynching first peaked in the years immediately following Civil War. The largest number of lynching occurred in 1892. 230 persons were lynched that year. Wow. 161 Afro-Americans and 69 whites. Now, let me say this though. They didn't keep numbers even before then. So you got to understand that too. Let me welcome Megan Fox, King Wage. I see him. Thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. These numbers fell sharply with the dissolution of the first Ku Klux Klan. They continued throughout 1890 and the next 2 decades at relatively high levels in what is often called the nadir of American race relations, a period marked by disfranchisement of African Americans and Jim Crow in the South and discrimination against African Americans across the country. The lynching was Southern whites' extrajudicial efforts to maintain social control. White supremacy and Democratic Party rule, again at the time, Democratic Party back then was Dixie Democrats, They was alongside with white supremacists. Had to throw that in. After gaining disfranchisement of most blacks throughout the Democratic story, voters registration, electoral rules, and imposing segregation and Jim Crow laws on the black population of the late 19th and early 20th century, maintained white supremacy and economic affairs played a part as well. In 1917, white ethnic mob has attacked black St. Louis, and East St. Louis raised riots out of compassion for work, punishment for strike breakers. Social change resulted from a rapid rise in European immigration and the eternal great migration of blacks from the south to major northern and midwestern cities contribute to violent confrontation, especially in post-war summer in 1919. Also was happening almost 25-30 years later too. In April 1919, the NAACP published a report that disproved the myth that states most lynching was based on African American attacks on white women. Less than 1/6 of 2,500 African American lynched from 1889 to 1918 accused of rape, and it was a lot more even before then. But they, like I said, they did not keep that. They didn't keep that status at the time. Excuse me. Representative Inadar C. Dyer, who represents a majority of African American district, had taken notice of the hate crimes occurring around him, and it was outraged by the violence of discard for law of such riots. Dyer was especially concerned about the continually high rate of lynching in the South and the failures of local and state authorities to prosecute them. This inspired his anti-lynching bill. Republican U.S. President Warren C. Harding announced his support for Dyer bill during a speaking engagement in Birmingham, Alabama. Although the bill was quickly passed by a large majority in the House of Representatives, it was prevented coming to a vote 1922, 1923, 1924 in the U.S. Senate due to filibuster by Democrats bloc. Also, DC Democrats. They also believe in Confederate flag and in the language of it too. We have to understand too. Southern senators opposed of anti-lynching laws of other civil rights legislation on the ground that blacks were responsible for more crimes, more babies out of wedlock, more welfare, other forms of social assistance, that strong measures were needed to keep them under control. Override the bill classifying lynching as a federal felony would have allowed the United States to prosecute cases. States and local authority has seldom pursued prosecution and lynching. The bill prescribed punishment for perpetrators specifically. A maximum of 5 years in prison, $5,000 fine for both. For any state or city official who had the power to protect a person in his jurisdiction but failed to do so, or who had the power to persecute those responsible and failed to do so. B, a minimum of 5 years in prison for anyone who participated in a lynching, whether they were ordinary citizens or the official responsible for keeping the victim safe. C, $10,000 fine to be paid by the county in which the lynching took place and to be turned over to the victim family or his parents or to the United States government, or the victims had no families. If the victim was seized in one county and killed in another, both countries were to be fined. In addition, the laws prosecute action of special circumstances. A officer failed to equally protect all citizens can be prosecuted in federal court. B, foreign visitors was not exempt from this law. They were to be prosecuted within the law of the state or territory as well as protected of those same laws. Aftermath. From 1892 to 1968, nearly 200 anti-lynching bills were introduced in Congress and three passed the House. 7 presidents between 1890 and 1952 asked Congress to pass the federal law. Not one bill was approved by the Senate because of the power opposition of the Southern Democrat voting bloc. On June 13, 2005, in a resolution sponsored by Senator Mary Landrieu of Louisiana and George Allen of Virginia, together with 70 others, the U.S. Senate formally apologized for its failure to enact this and other anti-lynching bills when action was most needed. On June 30, 2018, 3 African-American House of Representatives, Kamala Harris, Senator from California, Cory Booker, Senator from New Jersey, Tim Scott, Republican Senator from South Carolina. You can look them up. Okay? Those are the 3 that introduced the bill of June 30th, 2013 of this variation of the anti-lynching bill. Introduced the Justice Victims of Lynching Act would make lynching a federal hate crime. All right? So this one I was talking about, family, down. Let me get at this. Who's trolling? Ain't no problem. I could check it out. Well, you know what? I understand King Wage, but you know, I'm not the type of person that just give out wrenches like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do stuff like that. It's got, I'm gonna check this person out and everything. Talk to this person. Mega Fox, there ain't gonna be no trolling tonight. We don't play them trolls. And thanks for letting me know, King Wage. And I'll be checking it out. I appreciate that. I see. Thank you. Appreciate that. But I feel, Mega Fox, if you trolling, I don't have no problem to get you out. So let me hit this back. So this is the chat. I did this earlier. Like I said before, it didn't process the way I wanted to, but I did it again tonight so we could learn from this and everything. It was a white man first introduced the bill. Now there was also variation of bills throughout. It was bills you see throughout the years and stuff, but we also all I read is the Democrats. They was knocking it down, and they was part of this. Like I said, it was DC Democrats also. Also, they believe Confederate flags and stuff. And like I said, I want a possible panel discussion and everything. So, okay, so anybody want to join the panel, let me know. Drop your email. We can get it cracking. But I'm glad everybody showed up, and also special counsel Mueller has indicted 13 Russian officers that have no problem, Keyways. I got you. I hold on, like machine power. I'm gonna get you in a few, but they indicted 13 oh, I went blank. Oh, I'm sorry, 13, 12 or 13 Russian officers that had a part of, violating 2016 elections. And President Trump is meeting Monday by himself with the Russian Prime Minister Putin. Oh, 13 indictments. Okay. No jail time. Well, you know how that goes. They're gonna try to keep try to keep it in Russia, Nikki. You know how that goes. And well, at least he got 13 indictments. But he's supposed to meet with Putin this coming Monday. And he's not gonna push him to straighten things out what he had done. And so us as a people, I'm talking about us as people, melanin people, we have to think about that too. And people around the world too. You know? But like I said, I'm gonna invite Light Machine Power in a few minutes. And anybody else want to join, feel free. But this is a danger to world policy and politics and policy. And we better understand that us as melanin people, we got a whole lot to deal with. Because our rights is being violated too. And maybe some of y'all don't think. Good evening, She Stay Sleep TV. Thanks for coming. Bon, hey, thank you so much for coming back. Bon, I had to do this again because when I was trying to end the live, it would not go through, so I'm doing it again. So thanks for coming back, Bon. Very much appreciate it. And us as a people, we better think about this very carefully. We better strategically to understand what legislation is. We better understand voter registration is. We better understand how this process is. We better understand if they're going to fix these machines and all that, because if the Russians of 2016 could do it back then, trust me, they can do it again. And there is no heavy sanctions on Russia. And I really believe that Putin, I'm talking about the head of Russia, the president, or they call him prime minister, no matter what it is, he is pimping Orange Crush 45. And we have to understand what they are as a people, that he's not gonna do nothing. I really believe that Putin got some over Trump and the other ones. Now the other ones, they got caught guilty, so they so there's a lot is going on, and plus You see the not taking no sides, um, Russia or the Democrats. But I could say Russia is, I mean, Russia, I'm sorry, Republicans is really, really don't want to get deep into it. They really don't. So they trying to go on this phantom fight about the text that this former this FBI agent talk about. You'll go on MSNBC yesterday, you'll see that I believe it was yesterday or it was I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. They asked about these texts for almost 10 hours, but they refused to get about of it why Trump and his allies violated the 2016 elections. So let me see, Iran, Russia, Iran, North Korea, China would be in the news a lot. Yeah, of course they're gonna be in the news a lot because that's what Trump wanted to be. He wants a dictatorship, but this country is not built on dictatorship. He wants to be that. So we have to understand, maybe I'm getting off the topic a little bit, but but understand this. I see that we have to understand this too. They playing to their base, and their base ain't never gonna see because listen, if you're a racist, you're a racist. You see, people don't understand when you're a racist, like I always said, if you see blinded, yeah, that means your mind is blinded and your lens is blinded. So they never want to see the truth anyway. They understand you don't want to watch, I see, but there's when it got something to do with our people, I'm saying like this. I'm not saying watch it all the time, family, but you better watch some of it because there are some gems that we need to know. And understand this too. I'm talking about this year, midterm elections. I'm going to do a live stream about this. And we better understand what's going on that night. So wherever y'all live at in this USA, you better participate. You better know what's going on. This is not the time to sleep. This is not the time to be blinded. This is not the time to be stubborn. We better know what's going on. We can define propaganda as the truth as a people. I know we smarter than that. Just as we smart enough to define what the anti-lynching bill is, and the people who keep turning us down in the past and right now. Now understand this too. Of this part of the variation of the lynching bill that they came out on June 30th of this year, there's only 3 people. Kamala Harris of California, Cory Booker of New Jersey, and Tim Scott, a only Republican of South Carolina. Not others of the Black caucus had put their name on that. I want you to understand that, especially sisters. There's no other sister that put her name on that except Kamala Harris of California. But at the same time, we got a lot of women that running for Congress, and some of those are Black women. There are brothers that been part of the Black caucus and even Congress for almost some of them going on 50 years. They did not put their one name on it. So when people talk Republican, I got to give Tim Scott some credit because at least he understands that he's the only Republican Again, 2 black men and 1 black woman. And that is a damn shame that you got 3 people that put their name on it and they fight for goddamn votes to make sure that lynching is a hate crime, and it should have been a hate crime hundreds of damn years ago. But we have to understand the climate of back then. It wasn't how us as a people we was in Congress back then. So we have to understand that. So for me, I understand, I see you understand, I understand you saying, but to me, sometimes it's not all about status to me. Sometimes it ain't all about status to me. It's all about the work. It's all about results. They still consider us at that time 3/5 of a citizen. Now it says we went up to 5/8. Whoopie-doo. Whoopie-doo. And we still getting disenfranchised at every level. We still get discriminated right this minute. You still got some of our people, we getting killed, and we getting August taken out of us and everything. That's like what they did with that young man. They took August out of him and put paper and put newspaper in him, wrap him up in a gym map, and they said, nah, he commits suicide. We get lynched more than ever. We get shoot at more than ever, especially at these cool school shootings. That there's still this day, they don't even want to talk about it. See how this propaganda is happening. They always show, oh, I got shot, I didn't know what's going on. But they know all that time is dealing with white supremacist mindset. Yeah, you right, and girls' organs too. And I know people think, oh, yeah, you hating. I'm not hating, I'm telling the truth. There's a difference. You got people just talk with constant hate, constant hate, constant hate. Nah, that ain't getting us nowhere. But I'm telling the truth. To me, that's part of lynching too. They hang this young man almost a year and a half ago in New Orleans. They hang another man last year in Washington State. I think this part of last year. They hang young women. We getting slaughtered more than ever. This been happening for decades and decades, but they didn't have my nephew Emmanuel. What's going on? Leave my nephew alone. Welcome, my nephew. So all this part of lynching. Yeah, I understand. Say you right. We was being the bottom. Casimir G. What's going on, family? What's good? I ain't trying to be no, yo, I know we ain't in no bottom. Yo, listen, nah. Our ancestors, we gotta fight for that. I see. Hell with that. I understand we are bottom of the toe. I know we are bottom of the human race. I understand that. I understand logically, disfranchise everything. And again, I always say this. Everything, I'm not gonna blame us as a people. You know, it's systematic. It really is. But I'm saying I'm not, hey, I'm fighting. I'm fighting for us as a people and later on humanity. We part of humanity. Like I said, look at my hashtag. Black people, we part of humanity too. Let me say it again. Black people, we part of humanity too. Hell with that. Ain't no no white person or even other national gonna tell me that I ain't part of humanity. That's crazy. Nah, I'm fighting. Just as we gotta fight for these brothers and sisters that have pulled up their variation of lynching. We gotta support that. We gotta put pressure on them other congressmen and congresswomen in our community. Are you gonna be in alignment with that? Are you King Ways? But I'm saying, all I'm saying, we gotta get our mindset together, man. That's all I'm saying. Like I said before, we gotta stop having these phantom fights. If we want to be mentioned, we gotta fight for our rights, and we gotta stand up with it. And we gotta have conversation more about this. We gotta prepare our kids better. We gotta prepare each other grown-ups better. We got to educate each of ourselves. I'm talking about grown-ups better to learn more about our history that is diverse and prepare our kids better. Start giving our kids dreams. Start giving each other dreams to see for what it is, and where we got a constant fight. And the ones who's not willing to fight with us, gotta let them go. You know, the Democrat Party for a long time, they always ask for the black women vote. What's up with the black man vote? I forgot his name. There's a black man like 2009. He became a Republican chairman. He trying to get other African Americans to join the party, and they forced him out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna fucking look that shit up right now. Yeah, and they forced him out. And I believe he was used to be lieutenant governor of Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, there it is. I found it. The former Republican chairman from 2007 2009. Pardon me. Is let me read. Let me get the news again. Let's see. Hold on, family. I'm gonna find out for you. Yeah. Hold on, family. Okay. Right. Michael Steele. He was trying to get some of us in back between 2007 2009, and he was making a move, and they got us out. Yeah, they want things to stay the same. They want everything to stay the same. Because they still consider us slaves. And some of our people that's in political and other factors of like, they going for it. There are some said there ain't no such thing as racism. Thanks for coming, brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate that you showing up. I appreciate that. But so that means that wherever anything that deals white people, we gotta fight with it. We gotta support it. We cannot lay down and be thinking, oh, it ain't gonna happen. Because see, of my channel is all about solutions. If you ain't all about solutions, to me, you ain't all about that work. We gotta learn to find solutions to keep on be part of the system and build our own at the same time. We just cannot just keep on laying down and we think that, oh, everything we can do. No, I'm fighting. Facts, she stay asleep. Facts. Hell with that. The underrated one, I'm fighting. I can't talk for the others, but I'm fighting. I know about our history, and I'm still learning. And we got to go back, learn about our history, and go back the examples that our ancestors had set forth, and take some points for them and keep it going. Because because I noticed that, excuse me, wherever we want to do individually, it's not working. It is not working. We have to learn again to work collectively. Again, important conversation, the Dyer anti-lynching bill, then and present. Present, that's what I'm talking about right now. Then, that's the past. We can learn from the past. It's not ancient. So we have to understand that we got to keep on fighting, people. The war is not over. Let me repeat that. The war is not over. She stay asleep. King Wage was telling me Megan Fox is a troll, and other mods up in here, keep an eye on that for me, please. That'd be very much appreciated. I already let Megan Fox look. Ain't gonna be none of that. That'd be greatly appreciated. But I'm saying this, family, wherever y'all have be with each other, can I happen on this channel? Don't bring this in here. Because it's all about we learning together. And it's all about peace in here. But I will not tirade for no nonsense. I will not tirade for no trolling. That is a no-no. So don't bring no junk and there won't be none. And I mean that. Because it took me a long, long time to build this organically. And I am not going to let nobody tear it down over some of our stupidness that we need to get ourselves together. I am not going to tolerate it. I'm all right, brother. Trust me. I'm going to add my minds when I want to. Like she stay asleep, he on top of it. He knows how I do. Just like I know she stay asleep what he do. He's on top of it. So I'm not worried about it. And I'm always top of my channel anyway. See, when I have my channel on, it's all about the work. It's all about information. I don't let nobody get in the way of that. I don't care who it is. You say Megan Fox like that. I'm not saying you're lying. But I already let my brother know and other people in the other minds know she stay asleep. He know what to do. Because sometimes it's not good to put other mods on because that's when they can get if they don't like what they said, you want to get them away. No, it ain't gonna be like that. I run my channel when I highlight how I want it. See, because I see other things too in the past. I learn from things too. So we ain't gonna be here that long. I want a panel participation, but it's okay. I might come with another powerful one later on, probably totally different and everything. But what I'm gonna talk, yeah, too many miles. I like a lot of miles. And then there are some that I put mines with, they don't hardly show up. So I'm gonna start Xing them out too. Believe that. It's coming. It cannot be anybody to show up on a channel wherever they want to. You gonna come participation or I'm not, or you're not. Like for me, I'm in minds of some of the channels, but I make sure that I show up. That's what you do as a mom. You make time. Mimi dog, what's going on? How you doing? Nice for you to come. Sorry you got it kind of late, but whenever I finish, Mimi dog, you can always catch it on the beginning. But I'm saying like this, Mimi dog, you see the title, important conversations, the Dyer Anti-Lynching bill. Whenever I finish this live stream, I want you to go back, listen to it, drop a comment, family, and subscribe to me, the ones who didn't subscribe to the one and only Underrated Darkness, and also subscribe these other and participate. Very important. All right, let's get them views up. Nah, no, Cashmere, you good. I'm just talking about people come once in a while. You know, people gonna come like once a month, once every 2-3 months. Nah, then I see your. Nah, I'm not even gonna get into that, but they know who they are. I'm start taking that blue away. Fuck it. Ain't happening. But us as a people, man, we gotta do a better job, man. Fight, have You got to fight for what it is. Stop having these phantom fights because it's not getting us nowhere. We got to stop that. We're missing the ball. We're dropping the ball, and we missing opportunities. And it's bad enough that we further back, but now we're pushing way back. Greg J, what's good? No. They still have some amendments that still think that we less than human beings on the books, family. On the books. And that's something to think about. And I urge the family that's in the chat and even the ones listening, come on, let's get them views up, family. Let's get them views up. Thank you very much. Share this live stream. Right? It's very important. Like I said, I might come with another one tonight. It depends how I feel. If I'm coming with another one, I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna be up all that long tonight. It depends. You never know, but depends how I feel. Let's see, 1, 2. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end this. So in case, like, if I'm gonna do another one, I'll be rest up. If not, most likely I'm definitely gonna do one tomorrow, family, early evening. But you never know, I might do another one in the morning or tonight. Never know. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I forgot. I forgot to get my brother. Forgot to get my brother. Hold on. I'm gonna be on a few minutes more. I forgot to get my brother. But oops. But I'm glad people in the chat came out. That's very much appreciated. Hope you get it. Don't leave, Mimi. Don't leave. You have to leave yet. You have to leave yet. Nah. I just say what I have to say, cuz. Come on. But Life Machine Power, if you get it, I wait. So I know you want. I promise you that I can get you on. So But also let me go on these announcements again. Every Monday, Underrated Sports Show be on this channel with my brother and co-host She Stay Sleep TV. Every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Join us on that. Very much appreciated. Also, every Sunday, early Sunday night, always prepare a dinner, sometimes with dessert, and we fellowship together. You always talk about encouraging topics that I develop. Want y'all to check it out. Also on Sunday, or even on Saturday or Sunday morning, always has something. It's always has something. So I want y'all to check out for that. Throughout the week too. Never know what the doctors come through, but when the doctors come through, you'll know. I bring the truth. Right? But I want you to check me out. Check me out and encourage each other. Subscribe and like to each other. Very important. No, waiting on. Glad you came out. Very much appreciated. Really do. Check the chat. Bomb. Well, Wayne, I send it. Send the link out. See the brother come. If not, I'm gonna close out a few. Like I said, I might do a live later on. It's gonna be totally different. So again, Bon, thanks for coming back. Very much appreciated. All right. Yeah, like I was saying, information I gave y'all, check it out. We got some good coming up. Underrated Sports Show. We're gonna talk about the business and the transactions of the NBA. Me and She Stay Sleep TV, Monday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want you to watch out for that. And like I said, early tomorrow afternoon, I'm most likely gonna have some goodies. So watch out for that in fellowship. Now I always do, and you never know, it might come back in the morning. Never know also, it might come back in the morning, might come back tomorrow, later tonight and tomorrow morning. You never know what the doctor's going to do. You never know. Watch out for me. But I'm glad you show up tonight. But the Dyer Anti-Lynching bill, it was a white man that started it. And what it is. So what I'm gonna do, look like I think the brother that It ain't gonna come. So I'm gonna read names out, and I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna shut this down. See, okay. Marquita, thanks for coming. Thanks for your concern. Very much appreciated. Like Machine Power, sorry I didn't get you on. If you hear me, and I gave see the link. Hurry and get back on before I close this out. Nikki, thanks for coming. If I be back on, I know you be back on. But again, thank you very much. Megan Fox, shut you out. King Waves fam, thanks for coming. IC, always a blessing. Thanks for coming. Nikki, thanks for coming. She stay asleep as always. Thanks again, my brother. Brother Dubian, thanks for coming as always. Ashante Jones, thank you, Queen. Always showing up. Come back. Casmine G, my brother, as always, fam. Always come for support. Thank you. Mimi Dyer, as always, thank you. Craig J, my brother, as always, thank you. And that's it, family. Like I always said, let's learn from what happened in the past and let's bring it to present. And it's up to us to make it happen. You're welcome anytime, Mimi Dog. I thank you to show up and out your busy schedule, come hear me. I really appreciate that, everybody. Because I know Saturday got things y'all want to do, but you take time, come to hear the darkness. But I want y'all to, the ones who not subscribe to me, subscribe to the one and only Underrated Darkness. That'd be greatly appreciated. And subscribe to each other and participate. Let me say it again. If you're not unsubscribed to the Underrated Darkness, do that, and I will subscribe. I subscribe back to you. And also in the chat, subscribe to each other and participate. That's how we limit down all this nonsense, and at the same time, we can stick together as a people. And that's what it's all about. Gemini 605. Come late, but as soon as I end this, you can go back and listen to it. And like I just tell them, subscribe to the Underrated Darkness, subscribe and like, and subscribe to everybody and participate. Gemini 605. Also, I'm a Gemini too. Gemini 605 also one. I'm the fourth. What's yours? Let me see something. June 5th, get out of here. I'm June 4th, Gemini. 605. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm the 4th. That's how us Geminis do. You know how we do. I don't play no games. And I know you don't play no games either, Gemini 605. But I hope that you subscribe to me. Craig J. Wright, you the 13th. Oh yeah, you like a full-fledged Gemini like me. Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy is in the house. Yup. You got, I'm the 4th. Gemini 605 is the 5th. And my brother Craig J, part of LDBC. Let me put this in. Gotta put this in. See. Oh. Also. Oh, hold up. Nah. Messed that up. Yeah, it is. Yup. Sure is. There it is. Yeah, I want you to support the LDBC. UK, UGC, they part of LBC too. Some know me. And UGC, that's Black Horseman, Corey Lee Boxing, Lion 503, the Cali Igma, support them. So you go to their channel and say how they find out, tell them the darkness sent you. Alright? So support them. They not just talk about sport, they talk about social content too. So I'm sorry about world breaking boxing 2, world breaking fighter 2. Okay. Also shout out the blood boxing return. Shout out to Fannin International Boxing. Shout out to K Black Boxing. Carly Igma, yeah. Shout out to him. Shout out to LDBC. Shout out to 7-8 Sports TV. Shout out to Ticket TV. Shout out to another. Yeah, Bo 9263. And others that I miss. Y'all know who you are. Oh, Town Biz. Shout out to Town Biz. He got 2 channels, Town Biz and Town Biz Media. I want you to shout out to them. He part of the LDBC. Of the LDBC family, he was the first one shout me out when I used to be JT Blackness. And we talking about close 3 years ago. All right? So shout out to the brothers and the sisters. Miss Boxing Fanatic, shout out to her. And the other ones, Ashley Corner, shout out to her. Black Reality Sports, yes. Shout out to my brother. They all know the darkness. Trap House Boxing. Mike James Boxing. I can go on and on if I want to, but shout out to the brothers. They say, where you hear the name from? Tell them the underrated darkness. They know me. But I want y'all to look at the title again. Important conversation. The Dyer anti-lynching bill, then and present. And I want y'all to share this to others. Right credit, Jake. But I want y'all to share this. Even you can share this to the LDBC. Don't care. They know I'm good. Oh man, y'all want me to answer that? Oh, hold on, family. Hold on. I gotta fix something up quick. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Who I think could be the next heavyweight champion? Hold on, family. Let me get this off, man. Facebook send me some bullshit. I believe is the Bronze Bomber. That's what I want. I want the Bronze Bomber. So I'm looking for Shelly. And the other guy, I forgot his name, but they need to get that going. Like I said before, AJ Shitty Juice, when you pass up 50 mil, that 50 mil bag, and you let Hearn talk your way out of it, something wrong with you. I think he got the slave contract, but he's a grown ass man. You got all the belts. And that's all I'm gonna say to that. You got all the belts. Be a man and fight. You say you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best. But I don't think that Wilder should beg for it. And I feel like when AJ Shitty Juice come in the United States, he shouldn't get no love. When you gonna fight? But these boxing critics in the US, they don't look out for Wilder. They should. He is spooked. Ain't no probably. Gemini, he is spooked. He don't want that work. And then you got Hearn, he put all this nonsense through propaganda in the media, trying to look Wilder and his team. Al Heyman, that's what it is. Shirley Freakley and Al Heyman. They try to make them look stupid. They've been in this game for a long time. He would have took that 50 mil bag, would have been straight for the rest of his life. Fight. If you would have got knocked out, people would have respected you. Yo, listen, Wilder would have said, you know what? I don't care if anybody said. That man put up his belt and he fought me. He got knocked out. Look what happened when he fought Ortiz, right? Wilder has a child, had disability, just as Ortiz. He took that fight because he got to feed his daughter too. He talking to feed his kid too. He talking about autism. So he fought him. They both win. But what he saying to he gotta feed his child like I feed mine. He gotta take his daughter like take mine. That's on disability. I know we getting off the subject, but my channel, I could do that. But when are we? I'm saying, when are these fighters going and then we gotta have a stronger sanctions in boxing too. There's too many judges and promoters that are racially have these attitudes. And they do underhanded, dirty deals. You got fags, you got faggots, you got racially motivated people. You got people that hate. They don't want no black boxer to get nothing. You got Floyd Mary, you got Pretty Boy Floyd. He don't even want to help out. He just want everything for himself. He don't even want to pass the knowledge on. You got Thurman. It's crazy. When are we going to get back the fighter fight the two fights fight for the championship and unify the belts, and also fight for legit mandatories? From Cincinnati, what's the name? I forgot the name. I want to see Tank Davis fight Lomachenko. There's people don't even want to talk about that. Oh, he ain't ready yet and stuff. He need 2 years and stuff. Mikey say, oh yeah, Mikey, you guys see his should have fight all over. Come on now. I'm getting tired of that. Because where it's going to be Gemini 605, it's going to be a lot of people. I'm talking about real fight, real boxing fans. They going to get tired. Why I should pay money for bullshit fights? And you ask me, it should be, I'm saying for me, they should put fighters more on regular TV and in cable too. Because they got this pay-per-view is full of bullshit. And when is the USA boxing organization going to step up and say these fights need to be the USA, and they got to be championship fights? And I'm talking about they have it in booking, but it's got to be more unified. I want to see Spence against Crawford, but they got to clear with everybody in the welterweight that holding these belts. They holding these belts and these mandatory, clean them out because that's so they can fight. I'm saying Crawford should have a fight this month, and Spence should have a fight like 3 months. And within the springtime, they should fight. Towards the beginning of the summertime, they should fight to unify the goddamn class, welterweight class. It should. It should be ESPN. If you ask me, it should be on Fox Sports. It should be CBS and stuff. They should. I'm talking about good fights. Because the pay-per-views is full of bullshit. I know people. Doctors know boxing too. I know all sports, so I can talk like that. But that's the problem. It's got to, just like I said on Phantom International Boxing a few days ago, it's got to be better sanctions in boxing. These corrupt judges, these referees. Yeah, I like to bring that back too. It should be some on Saturdays and Sundays, even Friday nights. I'm talking about good fight. Had some mandatories, had some championship fights. I can never really understand that. I mean, I can understand that, but I mean, back then, You know, they have fights on regular TV, and it was like championship fights, even mandatories. And sometimes when they win a mandatory, you see it again like 7 or 8 months, or even a year. Yeah, USA too. I remember USA used to come, ESPN, sometimes CBS. Even wrestling too was good back then. Rivalry. They used to fight for championships. WWF used to be WW. You know, yeah, 20 years ago, yeah. They need to bring that back because people fail to realize not everybody is not going to have pay-per-view money. If they can find a way to have the fight be on pay-per-view and also on regular channel, they make money, especially in USA. USA will make a killing. You know how many gamblers, you know the gamblers would make? The point spreads they would have? It would be retarded. How much money it would get. And it's not talking about the networks, and then if some fighters that self-promote themselves, how much money they would get too? They up their brand, period. I like wrestling too, but they need, you know, I know what you're talking about. They need to be more on prime time too, because they got pretty good wrestlers too. I like Jay Lethal too. I like Jay Lethal too. WWF now is WWE now. I remember WWF we used to come every week. It always used to be mandatory, or sometimes they won, and they always say, "Oh, you're gonna fight for the championship that night." It could be beginning of the week, middle of the week, or towards end of the week, or that next week. They need to bring that back. Well, see, there's some. I'm talking about the promoters. They all for themselves. Really? What's the name of it? Gemini 605. Are you sub to me, Gemini 605? I'm gonna check you out. Mm. Oh, it's title match wrestling. Okay. The fights are also Boss Nation. Okay. I'm gonna check you out right now. Okay. See. Okay. I thought I was sub to you, Gemini. I just sub to you 605. Okay. I thought I was up, but sometimes YouTube be acting funny. They probably knock me off. Okay, Casper just said the fights are also Box Nation fan. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. I heard of it too. I really do heard of it too. But like one day in the near future, I'm gonna do the top about wrestling and boxing. Back then and now. I remember Hulk Hogan, the Iron Sheik, WCW, Rusty Rose, Kevin Nash, um, Sting, Junkyard Dog. He was in both federations. Um, so they had some great wrestlers back then too. But in a few minutes I'm ready to lock this down. Oh, let me see. CM Punk. Yeah. Which one's Cashmere? Which one? Box National fan. If you got the link, Cashmere, can you put it in the chat? Cashmere J, if you have the link, can you put it in the chat? Matter of fact, let me write this down. So, Cashmere J, what you talking about, Boss Nation fam? That's what you talking about, brother? Okay. Thank you. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I got that. So, Casmir J, let me ask you a question. How long that channel you talking about been on? This the first time I heard about it. I'm back, fam. I'm back. Trying to take care of something here. Want to thank your fan to show up. Be very much appreciated. Be on like a few more minutes and I'm close this out. Oh yeah. Also, family, I forgot to say this. In the past, I did a live about hypocrisy in sports. Also, I'm gonna do hypocrisy of politics. So watch out for that too. Okay, please watch out for that too. I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be doing that in the near future. And let me see what's up. See someone trying to get at. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I can wait for a few minutes. Wherever you travel, please be safe because it's crazy out there, the climate. So I want you to be very, very careful out there. All right, family. Be very much appreciated. I do want to read something else before I close out. It's about Michael Steele. He was a former Republican chairman. All right. I'm read that. After that, I'm close it out. We'll read this and close it out, family. Okay, Michael Stephen Steele. He was a former Republican chairman from 2000, like I said before, 2007, 2009. Says Michael Stephen Steele was born October 19, 1958, and is an American conservative politician, commentator, and former Republican Party politician. Steele served as the 7th Lieutenant Governor of Maryland from 2003 to 2007. He was the first African American elected to statewide office in Maryland. As Lieutenant Governor, Steele chained minority business enterprise task force, actively promoted an expansion of affirmative action in the corporate world. Steele also served as chairperson of the Republican National Committee, parentheses RNC, from January 2009 to January 2011. He was the first African American to serve in that capacity, and he got forced out. And in the 90s, Steele worked as a partner at international law firm Laborde, Lamb, Green, and McGray, co-founded by Republican Leadership Council and Fiasco Conservative and Social Inclusive Political Action Committee. Steele also made numerous appearances as a political pundit on Fox News and other media outlets. Prior to running for public office, he made unsuccessful run of 2006 U.S. Senate election in Maryland, losing to Democrat Ben Cardin, and Ben Cardin still in Congress until this day. Matter of fact, one of the top Democrats in the party. From 2007 to 2009, Steele was chairman of the GOP GOPAT, a 527 organization that trains and support Republican candidates in state and local elections. After serving one term as RNC chairperson from 2009 to 2011, still had contributed as a regular columnist for online magazine and Root as a political analyst at MSNBC, and that's where he's still at present. Okay. Let's see. Let's see over here. All right, Steele was born October 9, 1958, Andrew Air Force Base in Prince George County, Maryland. He was adopted as an infant by William and Mabel Steele. His father died in 1962. His mother had been born into sharecropper family in South Carolina, worked for minimum wage as a laundress, raised her children. After Steele's father died, she ignored her friends' appeal to apply for public assistance, later telling Steele, "I didn't want the government raise my children." She later married John Turner, a truck driver. Michael and his sister Monica Turner was raised at a pet work neighborhood in Northwest Washington, D.C., which still had described a small, stable, and radical integrated community that sought him and some of the problems elsewhere in the city. Steele's sister later married and divorced former heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson. No wonder it sounds familiar. Okay, Steele attended Archbishop Carroll High School in Washington, D.C., participated in the Glee Club, National Honor Society, and many of the school drama productions. During his senior year, he was elected student council president. In 1981, Steele received a bachelor's degree in international studies from the Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore City, Maryland. After graduating from Hopkins, Steele worked for 1 year as a high school teacher in Malvern Preparatory School in Pennsylvania, teaching classes in world history and economics. He spent 3 years preparing for the Catholic priesthood for Augustinian Friar Similar at Villanova University, which he left prior to ordaining to enter civil service. In 1991, Steele graduated from Georgetown Law School. He failed the Maryland bar exam but passed the Pennsylvania exam. Impressive. From 1991 to 1997, Steele worked in Washington, D.C. as a corporate securities associate for Clarity, Goldbeth, Steen, and Hamilton International Law Firm, where he specialized in finance investment for Wall Street underwriters. He left the firm and found the Steele Group, a business and legal consulting firm. Let me see. All right, political. After Steele listened to the then Vice President Dick Cheney address the second annual African American Leadership Summit, Washington, D.C., Wednesday, April 20, 2004. Later on, John Cheney went on to be the Vice President of the second Bush back in I believe it. 2000. Yes, 2000. After joining the Republican Party, he became chairman of the Prince George County Republican Central Committee. He was founding member of the centrist fiasco Conservative and Social Inclusive Republican Leadership Council in 1993, but left in 2008, citing disagreements of endorsement primary candidates. In 1995, the Maryland Republican Party selected him as the Republican Man of the Year. He worked several political campaigns, was an alternate delegate to the 1996 Republican National Convention and a delegate to the 2000 Republican National Convention. Steele's Maryland biography identifies him as a member of the Tau Epsilon Phi fraternity. In December 2000, he was elected chairman of the Maryland Republican Party, becoming the first African-American ever elected chairman of any state Republican Party. That was groundbreaking, family. That was groundbreaking. Lieutenant Governor of Maryland. Still watch video, discuss, seduce, research. Eric Lofton left Matthew C. Perry. In 2002, Robert Eric was running for Maryland governor, select Steele as his running mate for lieutenant governor. The campaign was waged against Democrat Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, who was running for governor, and Charles R. Lawson, who was running for lieutenant governor. In September primary election, Eric and Steele has no serious opposition. In November 2002 general election, Republican Eric Steele ticket won 51% to 48%, even though Maryland traditionally vote Democrat, had not elected Republican governor for almost 40 years. The Townsend-Lawson campaign has been tainted by outgoing Democratic Governor Paris Glendinning marital problems and backlash due to his strict enforcement of environmental regulations. Still, most prominent efforts for the Lynch administration was reform by the state minority business enterprise programs and the chairing of the Government Commission Quality Education in Maryland. Still gained criticism for his failure to oppose the Lynch resolution of the death penalty despite claims of racial inequities in the use of the death penalty. Still owns religion beliefs in his prior anti-death penalty pronouncements. In 2005, Steele was named the Aspen Institute Ruling Fellowship of Public Leadership and was awarded the Bethune-DuBois Institution Award for his continued efforts to improve quality education in Maryland. And the 2004 Republican National Convention still gave the Republican counterparts to Barack Obama 2004 Democratic National Convention keynote speech. It was still first major national exposure. In April 2005, President Bush chose to be the member of the U.S. delegation of investiture of Pope Benedict X at Vatican City. Okay, 2006 campaign for U.S. Senate. When Paul Summers, Maryland's longest-serving U.S. Senator, announced March 2000 he would not be a candidate for re-election in 2006, top state and national Republican officials been pressing Steele to become their party nominee for the seat. In April 2005, the Baltimore Sun announced the results of the poll conduct, stated that Steele will run statistically neck to neck against either former NAACP head Kwasi Tuming and Republican and Rep. Benjamin L. Cardin of Baltimore County. That's the same one, like I said, is in still Congress of the Democrat Party. Steele formally announced his candidacy for the U.S. Senate on October 25th, 2005. Steele won the Republican nominee after facing little opposition in the primary. His opponents was Democrat Ben Cardin, an independent Kevin Sees, who was endorsed by the Green and Libertarian Party. The three candidates participated in 3 debates. Cardin primarily attacked Steele over his close relation with President Bush. Steele focused on low taxes, less government spending, free market, and national security. Steele lost general election to Cardin on November 7, 2006, 44% to Cardin, 55%. Steele, former campaign finance chair, was lately allergic improperties in Steele handling and campaign funds, which Steele denied after the Senate race. One day after Steele conceded defeat in the Senate elections, Chris Cesar of the Washington Post reported that Steele was hoping to succeed Ken Melman as chairman of the Republican National Committee. Senator Mel Martinez of Florida, who has endorsed President George W. Bush, got the position. In February 2007, Steele became chairman of GOPAC, a political action committee that helps fund state and local Republican campaigns around the country. As in responsible for training future Republican candidates, he succeeded U.S. Congressman J.C. Watts. He was a congressman, and he was a congressman in Oklahoma. A fellow Black Republican in April 2007, Steele joined the International Law Dewey LeBron as partner firm in Washington, D.C. office. I read that before. In a speech given at the Media Research Center 2000 Dishonored Awards, Gally Steele said, I get a question all the time, are you going to run again for office? And I thought about that. I come to realize there's still some Democrats out there that I haven't ticked off yet. So yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. And all I have to say is they haven't seen anything yet. That's true. Still consider possible candidate for governor of Maryland in the future, and said he was intrigued by the idea for 2010. He said that he would not run for president in 2012. Steele appeared several times with HBO Political Real Time with Bill Maher and was on Comedy Central Talk, The Colbert Report on January 23rd, 2007. He was also hosted a PBS Republican primary debate in Baltimore, Maryland on September 27, 2007. He coined the phrase the drill baby drill during the 2008 Republican National Party in Minnesota, which he promoted offshore drilling as an alternate to dependency on foreign oil. RNC chairman. On November 24, 2008, kick off his campaign for the RNC chairman by launching his website. On January 30, 2009, Steele won the chairman of the RNC in the sixth round with 91 votes to Caton Dawson 77. Steele, the RNC first African-American chairman, was selected aftermath of President Obama elections. Many of the GOP saw him as a charismatic counter to the nation's first Black president. And they showed, the charts, the rounds that, that he got. Okay. Leadership dispute with Rush Limbaugh. On March 1st, 2009, in response to a question on CBS Face-to-Face Nation as to who spoke to the Republican Party, White House chief and staff, Raheem Emanuel, later on he became the mayor of Chicago a few years later, appended that Rush Limbaugh spoke for the party. Emanuel asserted that wherever Republicans criticized Limbaugh, they had to run back and apologize to him and say that they were misunderstood. He is the voice of the intellectual force and energy behind the Republican Party, and he had been upfront about what he views and hasn't stepped back from that. And that's still true to this day. Which he has hoped for President Obama failure. He said it. And I comply, but him his honesty and his philosophy. But that their philosophy is enunciated by Rush Limbaugh. In remarks aired by CNN program Dyer Hoogley Breaks the News on March 1st, 2009, Steele said he rather than Limbaugh was a de facto leader of the Republican Party. Rush Limbaugh is an entertainer. Rush Limbaugh's whole thing is entertainment. Yes, is he in Cincinnati Dictionary, yes, it is ugly. On March 2nd, 2009, Limbaugh said on his radio show that Steele was not fit to lead the Republican Party, as Steele declaimed to lead the Republican Party when he seemed upset to President Obama succeed. Wow. After the show, Steele called Limbaugh to apologize, saying, I have enormous respect for Bush Limbaugh. I was maybe a little bit intolerant, but there's no attempt on my part to diminish his voice or his leadership. I went back on the tape and I realized the words that I say I was thinking. It was one of those days where I think that I was saying one thing and came out differently. What I was trying to say, it was a lot of people want to make Rush a scapegoat, the boogeyman, and he's not. Steele later issued another statement saying that Limbaugh is a national conservative leader, and in no way I want to diminish his voice. I truly apologize. In the fall of 2010, Steele launched a Fire Pelosi bus tour. Goes firing Speaker Pelosi from her position as Speaker of the House, represented by established Republican majority in the United States House of Representatives. The tour began September 5th and lasted 6 weeks, visiting 48 states in the continental U.S., more than 100 cities, while covering 14,000 miles. The tour purpose was to encourage voters for Republicans in districts across the nation. The stops individually district gave Steele, known as his bomb-threatened speaking style, opportunity to fire up local GOP activists. During the tour, Steele urged party union as Republicans attempt to take over the House and representative and in the representative Pelosi tenure as Speaker of the House. She was the Speaker of the House of the Democratic Party. Originally, she's from California. The RNC broke fundraising records by raising over $198 million during the 2010 Congress cycle. In 2010, Republicans won 63 House seats, the biggest pickup since 1938, and retook control of the House. The 2010 midterm was successful for Steele and Republicans, as they also took back 6 Senate seats, 7 governorships, and the greatest share of state legislative seats. Greatest share of state legislative seats since 1920, over 600 seats, family. That is a lot of that time. In December 2010, Steele declared that he will run for re-election as RNC chairman. The 2011 Republican National Committee chairman-elect was held by January 14, 2011. Steele withdrew from the race after the full ballot urged him to support the vote Maria Kimo. After several rounds of voting, Reince Priebus elect over Steele, Saul Ayers, and Wagner, and Maria Kimo. They showed the stats of that. After the loss of the chairman election, Steele was hired by MSNBC, and he's still regular on there right now. To be regular project as of May 2011. He also was hired as a columnist for the online magazine The Room. He also on that too, an African-American news conference site owned by the Washington Post company. Steele also currently co-hosts Steele and Olga on Monday through Friday radio show on Sirius XM, politically moderate talk station with liberal Olga, discussing liberal and conservative viewpoints about current events with guests and callers. On C-SPAN Washington Journal on Sunday, after 2012 Obama re-election victory, Steele expressed some interest in running for the RNC chair again. Steele emphasized the need to make competent minors feel comfortable and welcome in the party, then offer them opportunity to launch their political careers in countries and state houses. Political positions. As Lieutenant Governor, Maryland Steele chaired the Governor Commission on Minority Business Enterprise Reform. Steele criticized the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009 stimulus bill. Environment and Energy Steele denies global warming, incorrect, claiming in 2009 that the Earth is cooling rather supposed to be warming. Opposition to President Trump. Steele was openly criticized of Donald Trump during his 2016 and had continued to oppose President Trump during his subsequent administration. That is true. In a January 2018 interview with him on MSNBC, in response to accusations that President Trump had referred to El Salvador and Haiti as shithole countries, Steele expressed his belief that the president was a racist. Yep. Social views. In 2008, Steele said that he opposed abortion. He said he thought Roe versus Wade was wrongly decided and should be overturned. Steele was endorsed by National Rights of Life Committee during his run for Senate in 2006, and in a March 2009 interview with GQ, Steele suggests that the abortion restrictions should be left to state governments and states, that he would absolutely believe that there was room for pro-choice candidate and the GOP. This statement prompted criticism from social conservative Republicans, just as Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, a former Ohio State Secretary of State, Ken Blackwell, as well as Christian Coalition and Tony Perkins and the Family Research Council. In response of these critics, Steele suggests that he asked God for patience, so I absolutely don't go out and kick this person's ass. Wow. In 2008, Steele said that he personally opposed the constitutional amendment for ban same-sex marriage, saying that he believes states should decide the issue themselves. Steele, however, had indicated that he would uphold the Republican Party platform and support the amendment. He raised the issue of banning same-sex low in importance. In 2009, Steele opposed same-sex civil unions. However, in 2013, Steele said LGBT couples deserve full privilege and benefits under the law. In a 2006 interview with the Washington Post, Steele commented on gun control. Societies should draw lines. You need assault weapons, and for you going to hurt, it's overkill. But I don't think that means you have to go total bad, which you want to use gun for sheer shooting, or hunting, or things like that. And for what point of passing gun laws if you're not going to enforce them? If you want to talk about gun control, that's where you need to start. We got 300 guns and laws on books right now. At the end of the day, it's about we enforce the law. In 2009, speaking of illegal immigrants, Steele called for the U.S. to secure our borders first, saying that you cannot address concern of the people who are already here unless and until you have made certain no more coming in behind them. During his 2006 campaign, Steele said that he only supports stem cell research if it does not result and the destruction of April. In February 2006, Steele compared embryonic stem cell research to medical experiments performed by the Nazis during the Holocaust, remarks of which he later apologized. Wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. In July 2010, video footage of Steele was released where he stated the Afghanistan war was a war of Obama chosen. If he's such a student of history, has he not understood that that the one thing you don't do is engage in the land of war of Afghanistan's? Everyone who has tried over 1,000 years has failed. He also said the war was not something the United States had actively persecute or wanted to engage in. In fact, war in Afghanistan was initiated by George W. Bush in October 2001 for the September 11th attack on New York City, and in Washington, D.C., Barack Obama has increased troops levels since taking office. Steele comment drew criticism. New York conservative William Christoph called Steele resignation, and former George W. Bush advised Carl Bro called Steele comment as bonehead. U.S. Senator John McCain, Arizona Republican nominee for president in the 2000 election, withdrew his support from Steele, calling Steele comments widely inaccurate. There is no excuse for them, saying that I think that Mr. Steele is going to have to ask assets as to whether he could lead the Republican Party as chairman of the Republican National Committee. Senator Jim DeMint called upon Steele to apologize. Senator Lindsey Graham said this was an uninformed, unnecessary, wise, untimely comment. This is not President Obama's war. This is America's war. We need to stand behind the president. Former Vice President John Cheney's daughter, Elizabeth Cheney, also called for Steele to resign. However, Congressman Ron Paul, who is known for generally anti-war stance in support of Steele, said Mike Steele had it right, and Republicans should stick by him. That is true. Steele was supportive of the Iraq War, George W. Bush war strategy. During his 2006 campaign, Steele opposed the settle a timetable for U.S. withdrawal from Iraq. Steele had criticized President Obama on the issue, claimed he had demonized the Iraq War. Steele book right now, 12 Steps Program to Defeat the Obama Agenda. I remember that released January 10, 2010, was published by Originally Publishing. The Associated Press reported that Steele focused much on the board familiar of GOP denunciation of President Obama, overall politics, a roadmap to failure, a $787 billion stimulus bill, a reckless, wasteful, poor Latin spending spree, liberal views of man-made global warming, a threat to life on Earth, dependence of whom you ask. Let me see. On other issues, to regain the public confidence, Steele said GOP should, among other things, expose the Wrangham era inheritance of liberal policy, contrast conservative and liberal principles, and highlight of the damage caused by Obama's policies while explaining conservative solutions. So, family, it goes to show that Michael Steele, he never really had, I know you can say he had questionable ideologies, but he never really had support of the Republican Party trying to bring us, some of us as people, as conservatives, or have the piece of the pie, you say. So there's another Jew I drop on y'all tonight. So I want y'all to think on that. Now we talk about the Dyer anti-lynching bill. Also, 605, we talk about the boxing. Then I gave you Michael Steele, former Republican chairman from 2009 to 2011. Here you go. Now, what I'm going to do, already shout out to Casimir G, shout out to Gemini 605, and everybody else I said. And y'all have, I might come with another one a little later on. I don't know how I feel. But on that note, I am Ghost.